Morning everyone, welcome once again. Another week, another vlog. The World Cup might be over, finally, I hear some of you saying. But we've got something much better than that this week to look forward to. The Open Championship at Carnoustie has already started. And of course we've got the next 2 words in our Stack and Tilt 10-word template. So this week, Carnoustie plays host to the 147th Open Championship. Very brown, very baked golf course up there in Scotland, and with the recent dry weather that you've all been having in the UK, makes for a very interesting few days of golf. My pick that I fancy this week, although it's very hard to pick on links courses, I think, is Dustin Johnson's. Exciting finishing holes that they've got there. Some of you will remember the drama from 1999 with the Frenchman Jean Van der Velde, who hit his ball in the burn and decided to take his shoes and socks off and try and play it. I'm not sure we'll get anything quite as dramatic this year, but I'm looking forward to seeing how it all plays out. So I've come out onto the golf course today to film this part of the vlog and to discuss the next 2 words as we continue through the Stack and Tilt 10-word template. And the next 2 words today are arms straight. Arms straight really talks about the need to control the radius of the golf swing, and it speaks about how better players will undoubtedly have their arms much straighter through the hitting area and through impact than the poorest players. And that's evidenced through just watching better players swing and comparing them to how higher handicap golfers would move their arms through the impact area. It's worth noting that the arms straight or arms bent is very much linked to how a golfer moves their body, specifically through the extension of their spine and pelvis versus staying flexed or bent over. And this is a subject I've covered in other videos, but I'll touch on it very briefly here again to help you understand the concept of arms straight. Keeping your arms straight as you hit the ball has an awful lot to do with how you move your body, and specifically how you move your body from flexion or being bent forward on the downswing, being bent forward, and from this position in the swing beginning to push up off the ground and extend your spine and push your pelvis up. The best players will do that more, and that will allow them to keep their arms much straighter. Poorer players, as they move the club back towards the golf ball, will begin to go back into this bend or flexion and will stay there for too long. If you stay bent over for too long and keep your arms straight, club's going to crash into the ground. So golfers who see their arms flexing and bending through impact is almost always due to them retaining too much forward bend as they swing through and using the bending of the arms and the flexing of the wrists to shorten the radius and manage this distance they are from the ball. The difficulty with that, of course, is that if you stay bent over too much and flex your arms too quickly, you come up very fast and you top the ball. Equally, if you flex your body more and stay down and don't bend your arms quickly enough, you dig the club into the ground and hit it heavy. So learning to control the radius, or radius management as I like to call it, is a combination of arms straight through the hitting area and an extension through the legs, pushing up with the pelvis and extending through the thorax to allow these arms to stay straight. Let's hit a couple. If you want to work on this skill by yourself, I would suggest that you start with a fairly short club or a lofted club, and with smaller than full swings to begin with. In fact, if you think about the most basic or the smallest swing you would make would generally be with a chip shot. And most of you will find that you can keep your arms straight when you chip. And what you want to then build it out to is a bit more than a chip. Start moving to maybe a half swing where you keep the arms straight on both sides of the swing, and gradually build up your speed so that you can keep the arms and the structure as you increase the speed. Because as you increase the speed of the swing, you need to increase the amount you start to extend through the ball. I hope you found that useful. We've covered 8 of the 10 words now. We're back next week to round this off and to put it all together for you. Any questions, don't forget to comment down below. Please let me know what you think. If you need anything clarifying, just ask. These basic words that we're using are giving you a very simple, basic template of understanding the golf swing. There's a lot more detail to this than just arms straight, but it's a commonality seen around better golfers through impact. They'll have their arms much straighter than the poorer players. I hope you enjoyed the next 2 words there. The arms straight is something that could really help a lot of golfers, so try and get out there and give that a try this week. On the subject of clinics next week, we've got Monday morning at 10:30 on the driving range at Alto. That one will be taken by John next week. I'll have to disappear back to the UK for a few days. And the Thursday clinic next week on the course is already fully booked. So if you did want to be part of that, please let me know and I can put you on a waiting list. We have had people drop out at the last minute, so if you did want to be on the waiting list, let me know. But at the moment, Thursday's clinic on the course is full. And while we're speaking about full, last week I'm pleased to announce the final place for Stack and Tilt Camp USA in Palm Springs, California was taken. We now have a full house of 8 students in December. Really looking forward to that event. And that leads me on nicely to the dates being confirmed for Stack and Tilt Camp Europe in Spain next February 2019. Details for that are now on the website. If you want to be part of next year's Stack and Tilt Camp, get in touch as soon as you can. Literally 8 spaces available, and we've already sold out 2 of these events this year already. Get in touch if you want any more help, or check out the website Stack and Tilt Camp Europe 2019.